G'day everybody, this is the final finished reveal of my new display board. It's been a lot of work, 7 months. I've been spending every spare minute I have working on this. It's been an electrical nightmare and a modelling nightmare, but it's been fun and I think it's paid off. So I'll do a little rundown in this video of all the components of the build and what everything does. I might as well start with the heart of the board, which is this infinity mirror, a portal into the mines, the depths of the world which the orcs have landed on and stripped for resources. It's possible that this was a Necron tomb world that they've managed to use their magic orc trickery to loot. This portal is a Tabletop Scenics teleporter. We've just cut a few things open and added some LEDs into it and motorized the fan. The infinity mirror itself is all my design. It uses a two-way acrylic mirror and a regular acrylic mirror with some window tint to help stop outside world reflection. There's EL wire in there, some LEDs, some flickering greens and some white greens. The ribcage and the flooring are all designed and 3D printed to suit the teleporter, and then the little tiny rods going through there are cheap, effective kebab skewers made of stainless steel. There's a whole heap of LEDs in that, flickering away, giving a kind of interesting look into the depths of the planet. Now this thing here obviously needs some kind of power source to run, so sticking with the looted Necron theme that I've been going with for quite a while now, we've got a battery. This one little Necron warrior produces enough power to run everything on this board, and actually a bit more. So using the magicness of orcs, they've looted this guy, put him in a little vat and hooked him up as their power supply. The vat itself is by Dragon's Rest, printed here by me. There's a few other items, scatter terrain like items in this area, such as the barrels, the wine bottles, mugs, the engine, some tools. One of those tools was not done by me. I'll let you pick which one that one was. The tyres, mushrooms, crystals, all designed here at Deathkill Miniatures and printed here. There's the obvious Games Workshop items, but this little guy, he makes a little bit too much power, so the orcs have a way of controlling that. We have a regulator rectifier in the form of a 3-inch plasma ball. The ring there also printed and designed here, so that controls the amount of electricity being used. Probably projects some kind of force field, as well as controlling that, whatever your imagination lets you come up with. There's another cable that comes out and it runs up to some more lights. So there's some flickering little cave lights. The housings were all done here using transparent resin on a resin printer and then painted. You can see a little bit of bleed through the paint, which is an unfortunate byproduct. I'll probably fix that up later, but it's not very noticeable, not unless you're looking at it through a video, I guess. Some more lights, some more crystals and mushrooms. As we head this way, there's some interesting different coloured lights. These are the stage lighting for the band. The whole band is part of a line of models Games Workshop did, the Goth Rockers. I've gone with a different name for them. Let's see if you pick that one up. The drum kit is designed, printed here. It's just using a regular Ork boy on a seat that's designed, angled his body forwards a bit, and added on some biker arms for drumsticks. And he just sits up there all on his own, hidden out of the way, as all drummers usually are, unfortunately, playing his nifty little red double kick, double bass drum kit there. The little logos on the drum kit are actually transfers, and I've just highlighted them with paints to make them look a bit more neat and realistic. The guitarists are from the now, I believe, out of production Goth Rockers. I've been hanging on to these for a long time for a specific purpose, and that specific purpose was this. The amps. They were probably the first thing I'd actually designed for this board before even starting it. Not even really thinking that I was going to use them for this. So I've made up some amps and some speaker cabs. The speaker cabs are built in two pieces, so I can insert fly screen, give that authentic cab look. And we've got some flickering LEDs in there as well to give either a graphic equalizer or a valve tube look. I like valves. Valves are cool. Yeah, and there's a nice little reference in there as well for those who get it. All the stage amps, beer bottles, lighting, all that is all designed and printed here as well. So that's everything that's run by power from the Necron battery, as we mentioned before. Now down here we've got all kinds of scatter terrain. There's a few Games Workshop bits over this side, the crates, the barrels. Now the flaming barrel as well, it's one of those orange barrels, just painted a bit differently, and I've hollowed it out and I've printed this flickering flame that has an LED in it, just to give that authentic fire barrel look. Those are all death kill items. That little robot there, if you recognise him, I did not design that, but I'm glad I found him. There's a few other throwbacks in this scene, if you can spot them all. 10 points, some more tyres and barrels that I've designed, and then yeah, a little bit of flock and some grass, and finishes it all off. And that's pretty much it. There's a top layer as well, which has just been edged with a little bit of scenery to add to the front look when models are put on there. There's no models on here yet. After this video I'll take some photos with it all dressed up and post them up at the end of the video. Now one thing you may have noticed is that there's also sound coming from the band. This is all music that I'd written and recorded a long time ago in an 8-bit format for the purpose of video game style music. I thought it would be a good opportunity to put that in the display board as well, with a little MP3 player in the back there. So most of this board, including the music, has all been done here by me. A lot of work, but totally paid off, I believe. Plenty of room to put heaps of models, the 2 layers, and the overhang allows so that there's no wasted space over the 2-foot board, so that when viewed above, the space used up down below is offset by the added space up the top, maximising placement of models. It's 2 foot by 2 foot, so complies with the usual Games Workshop armies on parade. Now there's one last little feature. You may have noticed this little lead over here. Now if we follow that, I believe it's telling me to do something. So as we push this button, let's see if I can get this in one shot. Now there's a little puff of smoke over there. It's not very well set up at the moment, so I'll try and get it to give it a good blast. There we go. It's currently set up to just give a little puff at a time. If we jiggle the switch the right way, we might be able to get it to overload the smoke, but yeah, we've added a little smoke machine into the board as well, which hangs around for a little bit but dissipates pretty quickly. Should be not very offensive to people, and the option is always there. If you don't want the smoke to come out of the board, you don't press the button. But if you want to see a nice little puff of smoke come out, there's a little bit of a sweet fog-like smell to it. The button is there, and it just takes a little press of the button, which is very tight and difficult to use. We can certainly, if we overuse it, create way too much smoke. It lingers a little bit. Yeah, just something I thought I'd add in as an extra layer. I've tried to put as much into this board as I can. I don't want to build another display board anytime soon, because this has been a mammoth job. So this will be the last display board I build for a very long time. There is plans in the future to build an upper level that just sits on there, just to add a few more tricks and gadgets that I've got planned, but that's a long way away, that job. And that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully you'll see it soon. I think the first outing for it will be Armies on Parade, and then the Overwatch team event in November at Maitland Good Games will be where it'll be featured at its first tournament, and then probably the next one after that will be CanCon. So I hope you enjoy it. It's certainly been a big fun job for me, and I'm certainly glad it's done. Yeah, after this I'll do a little video of the workings of behind the scenes, and at the end of this video I'll post up some photos of the board all set out with models on it, which should give a bit better detail and less shakiness than this video. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope to see you all out there having some fun games soon. Bye.